Okay, so this is a very, I would call this a quick demo of Jarvis, which is from conversion.ai. And basically, this is an artificial intelligence copywriting tool that streamlines the time you spend on writing copy. Or if you are thinking about creating online content, but you've got this thing called a writer's block, these two may potentially be helping you. Now, first of all, let's understand copywriting AI tool can never replace human being, okay? Because copywriting AI like this can't generate original content. When I say original, if you're a writer, you understand what I'm talking about. If you are not a writer but a copywriter, you do know that copywriter, the word copywriting, start with looking for other proven winning copies and model. Okay, so it's not about like creating your own content, original content. So that fits my agenda pretty well. Now, in Jarvis, there are a few what we call plans that you can subscribe. And of course, the one that I'm using right now is Boss Mode, which is $119 a month. It may sound expensive, I understand, because it's $119 that you can translate into things like almost 500 ringgit a month. And of course, for Sing dollars, it is about $130 a month. Now, you have to ask yourself the question, is it worth doing it? So you need to know this tool is just like us, your child, newly born child. You need to teach Jarvis to pick up your brain, to think like you, to be able to adapt to your desire, your need and want. So don't expect Jarvis to be able to create the magic out of the gate on day one. Like I actually have to teach Jarvis a couple of things. When I say teach, it means that I don't like what you have proposed and I don't like this one, can you change that? So Jarvis over time will be able to understand how my thinking process is like. So I want to just do a very quick demo of how I can churn out a long form article. Now this is only available for Boss Mode plan. If you are under other plans like Starter or Pro, you don't have that, which is the main reason why I decided to go for Boss Mode out of the gate on day one, because I just love this. So what I do is that I can go to template and you see that long form assistant, it is only available to Pro. Now there are also other templates available. It depends what you want, but for Pro you know that, like for Boss Mode, you know that he has the maximum. Like if you are talking about create or improving content, there's a content improver available. I've done it today. It's not very impressive, maybe because it's the first time I'm using Jarvis on this content improver. I still have to teach him how to read my mind. But for long form assistant, I just want to show you that for long form assistant, I have been using Jarvis for 2 days, and you can see that these are the articles that I've created. It's just within, now it may be 24 plus hours that I can actually write so many articles. And these articles are not like 400 words, 500 words. 7 hardcore truths new copywriters should know. It's an article of 1,700 words. It's considered long form article. And my style is I like to write long form. I don't like to write short thing because of my Banco personality. Some of you know that. Okay, so here's what I do. So I go to templates. I'll just run through the mechanics very quickly. But when you decide to subscribe to Boss Mode, you do need to spend time teaching Jarvis how you think. You click long form, you can choose to start from scratch, or you can get help writing a blog post with some ideas. Now for me, I like to start from scratch, but here's one thing I know. I've already got an idea of what I want to write. So for example, right now, because I'm promoting Jarvis, so I'll be writing a fair bit of articles about copywriting, and in particular using artificial intelligence tool for copywriting. So I can say, well, this article is use copywriting artificial or AI tool for copywriting, or to generate Facebook posts. There's no right or wrong answer on this. Like the more you can give to Jarvis, the better he come up with the ideas. Facebook posts. Okay, so like that. Okay, so content and description for briefly. This article is about using copywriting AI tool to generate engaging Facebook post. So of course you can test out what you want to say. So this requires some form of planning, like what an awesome copywriter would have done. 80% of the time is research, 20% of the time is planning. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about, please go study some copywriting literature, because there's always an 80-20 rule on copywriting. Okay, keywords, maybe I will use copywriting as one. There you can actually use 3: copywriting, artificial intelligence, which have been my keywords for this series. And here we've got Facebook posts. Well, I put Facebook here. Okay, so that is it. Let me move myself here. Okay, so now I choose English. Of course, Jarvis, you can actually come up with different languages. On boss mode, you can have other languages. However, the one that I'm very familiar, that is Chinese, is not available, so I'll just continue using English. So the output link, I will just stick with medium, and then what I'll do next is just press the button called compose. Command J, let's go. It will take some time, and Jarvis broke down yesterday during this time, and the Jarvis Facebook group actually talked about, is Jarvis on strike or not. But Jarvis is okay, so give him some time. And then you see that I come up with something. Now here's one thing you need to know for Jarvis. Grammatically it may not sound, so if you have Grammarly, you notice that you can actually get Grammarly's help to change the grammars. That's fine. I highly recommend you have Grammarly also. And then you see that this sentence, like engaging content goes, it stops. What do? All you do is just to continue composing content. It will take a while. You see something comes up. Now there will be a time when Jarvis is sick and tired, and he started repeating himself. So in our Jarvis training, one thing we know is that we don't want Jarvis to come up with the contents or suggestion based on what he has proposed to you previously. So we have this power of triple star. By doing this, it prevents Jarvis from getting back to what he has proposed to me previously. He will start looking for other contents based on the internet. And I don't know how wide the search is. Apparently the search is very wide. So all you do is just to continue getting the ideas from the internet. Okay, sometimes it may make sense, sometimes it is not. Like I said, this is the only second day I'm using Jarvis, so there is still this teaching time that I need to spend with Jarvis. Okay, so I will compose. Probably at this stage you see I've got 289 words. Now if you are on starter plan, you know that you only got 20,000 words, and in just 2 days I've exceeded 15,000 already. That's another reason why boss mode makes a lot of sense, because on boss mode there's no word limit. So all I'll do is that I'll ask Jarvis to go and search on internet, come up with something around maybe 800 words. Okay, if I do see that Jarvis is starting to repeat itself, what I would do is just to make sure that I insert 3 triple asterisks, and then I'll ask Jarvis to compose once again. So I'm doing something called go to the internet, search for information pertaining to this topic, and come up with the suggested contents. So I will do this until I hit 800 words. And of course, some topics I know, like in the community, some people actually said, hey, I don't know whether Jarvis can actually write some or suggest something on a particular topic. Well, like I said, if you don't test it out, you'll never know. Okay, so I'm just doing a demo here, and you can see, hey, so I've got 564. Now, what if I'm testing out the longer output? Then of course you'll get a long output. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you see that it's longer. Now you need to make sure that Jarvis is not repeating itself. So don't just press the command button or compose button and without noticing they'll repeat the content. So at any point in time, if you notice, hey, how come I see something like it doesn't make sense? Using artificial intelligence copywriter tool for Facebook posts. LinkedIn profile. I say, what? LinkedIn profile? So that means that the topic that you're writing, Jarvis has some difficulty. Now, here's one thing you need to know. Like I said at the beginning of this video, there's no way Jarvis AI can replace human being. You are the judge. You decide whether the proposed or suggested words make sense to you, and you have the final say. What I'm doing is I just need to compile 800 words, and I'm ready to actually do the editing. Now, there is an editing process of this, but the funny thing is that what Jarvis has done and saved my time is something called, I don't need to come up with the contents myself. I got a chunk of words on the internet pertaining to this particular topic, and all I'm doing is just to look at the wordings, okay, and see whether it makes sense. And all I do is then I'll start making some changes based on what I got. Okay, so have you wondered how Facebook top pages are able to generate engaging posts? While there's no specific formula, copywriting AI tools has been proven as a useful and effective way to generate an army of highly engaging content. So it is actually a very good start. I do love this paragraph. So I just need to change the grammar. Again, Grammarly tells me that this is not has, it is have. Okay, and then you need to think about, okay, with that, what's next? What's next? So now this is the time for you to build your framework. Okay, so are you going to talk about like three tips, 3 secrets, or 3 what we call 3 maybe say 3 useful tips? Okay, useful tips, 3 secrets, 3 keys, so you can think about think of that, and then all you do is just to start based on these words, phrases, paragraphs proposed by Jarvis. You then do the editing, and at the end of the day, you can transfer the edited content to your social media platform, whether you use Medium, whether you use what we call linking article, or you can actually put this on your blog. That's fine. So this is how in about 12 minutes, like, because I need to also show you the steps, that's why what I'm doing is actually longer than what I said early on. If I were just to do this process without explaining or showing you the steps, that can cut half. Okay, that's how you can churn out article very, very quickly. An 800 word article is pretty awesome. By the way, if you ask me on LinkedIn, how many words do you need to write for an article? Like if you are writing 3,000 word article, I will tell you that please don't do it. 3,000 is just like writing essay. No way. Nobody's going to read it, by the way. So you will be sticking to around 800 to 1,300, which is the ideal size for LinkedIn articles. And then, so 800 is actually a very good start. And you also want to, when you do the editing, you also want to give the taste of your own style a favor. What do I mean by that? For example, I like to use something called question and answer. So in this case, have you wondered? Well, have you wondered blah blah blah? Well, in this article, I am going to demonstrate 3 key or 3 useful steps. So these are something that I need to come up. Okay, it's not by Jarvis. 3 useful tips to help you achieve this outcome. Okay. So then I will say, what is copywriting AI tool? Okay. So I will do the heading myself, because Jarvis can't do that. At least as far as I know at this stage, Jarvis can't do it. So I will be editing, create the suitable headers of headers, and make this article look normal. Okay, so if you are copywriters, you can do it very quickly. If you are not a copywriter, or you are still learning how to do copywriting and editing, that may take a while, but that's okay, because the hardest part of coming up with the ingredients has already been done by Jarvis. Okay, so I just want to show you this, and of course the rest of this is about editing and publishing the content, and of course be strategic, because what happens is that as I said, I have a new course called Copywriting Secrets. So I will do something called do a backlink, on some of these. Of course, on Jarvis you can't do that. On LinkedIn, I'm doing that all the time. So you use backlinks. Just take note. This is just strategy that you use, so as to enable other people to go to your course, check it out, and if they like it, they may even go and subscribe it. Okay, so that is how you do it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and Jack Wong here. If you have any comments about Jarvis, just take note that I'm not expert. I'm just a user for 2 days only, and I just want to show you this demo because I walk my talk. I'm using this to generate, once again, how many articles have I generated so far? Other than this one, which I'm doing the demo, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one is not counted because I don't like this. This is where I set the Jarvis. 2 doesn't give what I want, so I ignore this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I've actually generated 6 articles. And if you don't believe me, you can actually check out these articles on LinkedIn. I've already published them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one, do you have what it takes to start your own business? I'm going to publish this tomorrow, the 4th of August. So by tomorrow, I'll have 6 articles published on LinkedIn within a matter of 2.5 days. Alright, so with that, Jack Wong here. Hope you enjoyed this video sharing. If you do have any questions, let me know. I'll be pleased to answer. Based on what I know, of course, I'm not expert. I'm just a user of Jarvis Boss Mode. Cheers.